Hey everybody, it's Nicole McWork with November Scrapbook Stamping brought to you by 2peasinabucket.com. This month we're covering layering stamped images or paper piecing stamped images for your scrapbook page layouts. And this month I chose to do a non-photo layout. I don't do a lot of these, and you definitely could add photos to either the sketch or this layout if you wanted to, but I'm going to share what I did for my page here. Okay, you can see I've pre-cut a bunch of elements already, all of my pattern paper, and the reason I've done that is I'm using one of these 12 by 12 pockets from KI Memories, which are a little bit older product, but I'm going to be pretty much covering it up, so you could use almost any color of pocket. And also, this pattern paper is the Lost and Found Christmas collection from My Mind's Eye. And what I was showing there is that I printed my journaling right on the background paper in that design. And I did that in one of my from start to finish videos here a while back as well, where I used the part of the page element that's already printed on there to add my embellishment to. And in this example, I added my journaling right to that. So it's just a fun way to incorporate some of those pre-printed designs on your paper into your page design. If you find, like I do, that they're kind of hard to use sometimes when they have those very specific elements printed on the background, try to think of ways to incorporate them into your page design. All of my pattern papers are from the My Mind's Eye Lost and Found collection. I was going for that more rustic look for this particular page. You could use anything, and it definitely wouldn't need to be a Christmas page to do a similar design. Okay, you can see there I machine stitched my pocket down at the bottom, and the reason I've done that, and I did it underneath all my pattern paper, and I didn't do it nice and neat, because these pockets are kind of deep, the things that I'm sticking in it tend to fall clear down to the bottom. So an easy way to rectify that situation is to just machine stitch or even staple, or you could add some other adhesive. I wanted it to be very permanent, so I machine stitched it. And then cover that part up. And then when you tuck your things into the pocket, no one will be the wiser that you have altered your pocket so that you can see what's in there, what you've tucked into there. Okay, I added a little bit of ribbon now to my border, and I tied a little bow, and I added a couple of foam adhesive dots, and I'm just placing some twine there in between my foam adhesive dots. This is a tip I got from Jennifer McGuire, and it's just a great way where you don't have to secure your bow in any other way, but to add some foam adhesive dots, place your ribbon or twine in between those looped, and then you can add a glue dot or another foam adhesive dot in the center there, and then I just place a button on top. Now these are buttons from Tim Holtz, and it has a pretty big shank on it, which is hard to use, I think, on scrapbook page layouts sometimes. So I just cut that off with my Tim Holtz scissors. If you're real careful about it, they'll cut right off. I do it all the time with buttons that have shanks like this. I'm just going to put some glossy accents on the back of my decorative button and then place that in the center of my bow decoration. Now I want that to dry for a little bit so it's really secure, so I'm just going to set a few things on top of it, acrylic block and things to make that very nice and secure. Okay, I'm ready for the stamping part of my page now, and what I've done is all of the die cut ornaments here coordinate with the Hero Arts Hanging Ornaments stamp. And the die is available on the Hero Arts website, and they have several of these designs that coordinate with their stamps, which make it really fun and easy to create dimensional stamped embellishments that you don't have to hand cut yourself. So I've stamped my image on the Stamp-A-Majig because I need to position that when I stamp it on the die cut ornaments, and I'm just going to set that aside for just a second, and I'm going to ink up my stamp, And I'm going to stamp it on several of these little 6x6 sheets from the Lost and Found Christmas collection papers. The 6x6 designs have smaller patterns or designs of the same patterns that are in the 12x12. And I find this works well when you're paper piecing stamped images, because usually your stamped images are fairly small or smaller than what you may want to use a 12x12 pattern paper for. So I'm just gonna stamp up several of these. Now they're all it's all kind of shades of browns or golds and burgundies and things like that. It's more of an elegant Christmas page, I would say, than a whimsical or fun one. And you could do whatever you wanted to. This is just what I decided to do for my page. So I'm going to stamp that on all of my papers that I chose to use here. Then I am going to add just a little bit of adhesive on the back of my die cut so it doesn't scoot around when I place the Stamp-A-Majig on it. I'm going to line that up. And then instead of stamping this design in black, like I did on the pattern papers, I'm going to use a brown ink when I stamp the hanging ornaments on my die cut pieces. I also should mention that I did die cut all of these from one of the 6x6 or two of the 6x6 sheets from that Lost and Found Christmas collection. So the background is this cream, but it does have a little bit of that distressed look if you look at it a little bit closer. So just stamp that on there, and there you can see what it looks like with the brown ink, which I think matches my layout a little bit nicer than the black would. However, I did use black on all of my pattern paper because I really wanted it to show up against the darker design. Having a little trouble with my platinum stickles here. Now I am cutting out the ornaments from these pattern papers, and I'm going to decorate them with stickles and things to really make them pop and to match the rest of my page. This Lost and Found collection has lots of glitter and things like that, and so I really want my ornaments to look like they are part of that collection and that they match. Now I've sped this up. I am just simply cutting out my ornaments here, and I'm paper piecing. I cut one from the burgundy paper and one from the more brownish gold paper, and I'm using some diamond glaze to piece together this larger ornament here, those little stripes on it. Trim that all up real nice. And then again, I'm going to take some stickles. This is the gold stickles, and add some embellishment. I'm simply following the stamp design to kind of draw on this glitter. You could also use the Copic glitter markers, the Spica markers, anything like that that you wanted. Or if you wanted a more subtle decoration, glossy accents would be fun. There's all kinds of things you can do. I didn't just stop with using the Stickles glitter glue on my ornaments. I went ahead and used the Studio Calico Shine Mr. Huey Mist. Once all that glitter glue dried, I placed them in a tray here, and I'm spritzing them with this shine, which adds even more shine and sparkle to the pieces. It's very subtle, but I really think it adds to the embellishment. Now I've glued all of my die cuts in place on the bottom part of my pocket page here, and I'm taking a glitter pin from Copic. This is the chocolate color, and it's a very subtle glitter pin, but I'm drawing over the hanging lines of my ornament and the little bows and the little hook area. It's kind of hard to tell in the video here, but there is a subtle glitter look to this, which I think matches what I've done with the rest of the embellishments. So I just wanted to continue that on with the rest of my page. So again, very easy to do, helps bring that out just a little bit more. So now I have I'm adhering my ornaments to the die cut portion, And I'm using glossy accents. I really want these to stay in place. I don't want them to, the edges to curl up. I don't always use liquid adhesive, but for this particular page, I am using it so that it really stays put. And there is my page with my paper pieced ornaments. For more information on this layout and the class, please visit twopeasindabucket.com on November 1st, 2011, and be sure to check out the guest designer layouts for this month as well. Thanks for watching.